Look at everyone's predictions going into this tie. Is it positive or negative? Myself and Shaka see the US going home.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Why do you hate America?
Controversy.
That is not the case at all. Full disclosure, I had England and Iran going through before this tournament started. And I have to admit...
You also had Argentina to win it, and you switched that very quickly.
Yes,
so.
but I'm sticking with this one. And there are a few things in terms of Iran here that made me think that they posed a significant threat. Highest ranked team in Asia, playing in region. I thought it put them in a really good position. Also, what's been happening off the field politically around Iran can work in one of two ways. It can either be detrimental to you, or it can prove to be a real inspiration. Then the England game, and I thought it was the former. And then the response against Wales. And I think that last few minutes in particular is why I think Iran get it done. They have real momentum in their side. On their side, they have a real belief about that result, what it means, and what they as a team mean to their home country. You contrast that with the US, who felt they should have gotten more against Wales, played well against England, but frustrated in the fact that they barely tested Jordan Pickford, and knew Pulisic hit the crossbar, but didn't really pose enough of a threat, and they have more questions to answer. Then we come down to the coaches, an inexperienced Berhalter up against a very experienced Carlos Queiroz, who's been here, seen it, and done it. I'm leaning Iran.
It's a hard guess, you know, and it goes... For me, that game goes far above a normal football game in a way that, of course, we all talked about the tactic, but what's going to happen in the player's head if they score a goal or they concede a goal? That's going to be the trick for me, because you have to react. Are you in a good frame of mind to be able to react if you concede a goal, if you play too low, like maybe the United States will play at first, to react and be more positive or more above, in front, and playing, you know, a little bit further up. That's the only question mark that I have. Are they ready to play the game of their lives? That's the answer we're going to get tomorrow.
Last word on this to you, Taylor. What's your prediction?
That's an interesting one. I am on the record, full disclosure. I said the long shot to get out of the group, the best bet was Iran. They were plus almost 10-to-1 odds before the tournament started to get out of the group. Now, part of that was I thought England wasn't playing well. I thought Wales was old and dead, and they were there to be had. And the United States and Iran would ultimately play in the final group stage game, and here we are. I think Frank hit the nail on the head. And in case he knows this better than anyone, but 1998... Iran versus the United States in that World Cup final group stage game, that was the biggest game of that federation's life, and they still to this day talk about that game and that win. The energy of that, what Frank is talking about, is nothing we can quantify, nothing we can put a finger on how big of a game this is for one team and how big of a game this is for another. That is the energy that I think for the United States is going to be very difficult. My gut and my brain all along has said this is a draw because the United States have struggled to score goals, and I think they're going to struggle to score goals again.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.